Hi, it's Naomi Campbell, and welcome to my home. Follow me. So we are in Malindi, Kenya. I came to Malindi in 1994 for the very first time, and then fell in love with Malindi in 1999. Everything is under a makuti roof, so everything is open. So we will call this area the living room. And so what we do here is mostly we gather here before dinner, and we just talk, and we also gather here after dinner. Most of the furniture is workmanship that's been done here in Kenya, so we keep it local. This table is one piece, also done here in Kenya. This is a chandelier that we got in 2000. It has that Moroccan Egyptian vibe. And we have to give props to the two ladies, which is Carol Beckwith and Angela Fisher, who has been championing Africa and Kenya for so long. So these two ladies, for me, are my heroes of the whole region, because they've just done and always loved and just shown the beauty of Kenya. This is one of 4 pools. This is the coldest pool in the house. It's because it can get very hot here. So this is the cold pool. We put dinner tables here. Depending on how many people, we can have 3 or 4 different tables, but you just need one big oval table here. And at nighttime, it's all set up with lanterns. It's all candle lights. It's very sweet. And what I love about being here is that you're really living outside. You know, even if you're covered, it's still open. You know what I mean? So you still get the natural air and the breeze and just part of the whole landscape, green. And I feel like this is what people want right now, is just to be outside all the time. And beautiful climate, of course.
Today I wanted to talk about that short clip that I showed you. That clip, as you very well know, that is Naomi Campbell, and she's an internationally well-known person. She's a famous person who lives in, I think, Malindi, according to the clip. And she had been recently appointed to promote Kenya in the tourist trade, get more visitors to Kenya, try and revive our tourism industry. Now, my focus really was on her passion for Kenya. And that piece, when you watch all of it, it's very well presented. It's very elegantly laid out. And that house, as you can clearly see, is probably a hotel that she bought. And her buying that hotel and turning it into her house speaks volumes about, you know, how much confidence she has in Kenya, how much she loves Kenya, how much she loves Africa. And when you listen to the whole piece, you'll see how much praise she heaps upon Africa, and specifically Kenya. And she says how she fell in love with Kenya the first time she came to Kenya, and how she was blown away to the point that she wanted to have a permanent home in Kenya. And she bought that house. And which makes her, I think, an appropriate choice for that tourism role that she was given by the government. But our focus is to compare and contrast her attitude towards Kenya and the attitude of rich Kenyans towards Kenya. I think that's a very interesting comparison to look at. From the clip, she was going on and on and on about all the advantages that she thinks someone would get by living in Kenya, specifically at that town where she lives. And she was explaining, as she walked around the house, as you saw, she was explaining where each and every piece came from, where it came from. She was explaining where each and every piece of furniture and artwork came from. And one thing caught my attention. She said that all her furniture and the artwork is made in Kenya. That not only is it made in Kenya, it's made in that location. Like, she got local artisans to build everything and to make sure that they put their cultural imprint on it. And I think that's a fundamental difference between her attitude and the attitude of rich people in Kenya, because rich Kenyans despise anything to do with Kenya, as it were, or to do with Africa, as it were. In fact, I saw someone who had built a giant house, a mansion. And in the mansion, he had put in European artworks. He had Greek and Roman type statues. And I was struck by the sheer absurdity of the artwork. It looked very much out of place. Why would you put Greek statues in an African house? And that goes to show you the level to which Africans are brainwashed and practice self-hatred and self-rejection. And with this Naomi, who is even more wealthier, I would imagine, than even many rich Kenyans, her attitude is the exact opposite. That she wanted authentic African art. She wanted the local artisans to express themselves through art that she then bought at a premium price and put in her house. And she was proudly displaying that artwork. She wasn't ashamed that it was African. She wasn't ashamed that it was local. But our rich people never promote local artisans. You know, traditionally, it is the rich upper class that promotes the artists within their own culture. In any country where art has prospered, it is the local rich people that promote their own people to produce this art. But in Kenya, the rich people are totally divorced from Kenya, as it were. They would never promote a local artist. In fact, I want you to go watch some of these shows where Kenyans are showing off their houses. You will never hear them proud of anything being made in Kenya. In fact, quite the opposite. They are proud that whatever is inside their house is actually not made in Kenya. They are proud to say that this carpet was imported from Turkey. That is what gives them pride. But here Naomi is saying, I am proud that this table you see right here, this is locally made. You see these doors? You see the artwork on the doors? Locally made, local artisans. The exact opposite attitude. And don't you think that is interesting? And so when you look at, the lack of growth in Kenya generally in terms of economic growth and cultural growth, is because the rich upper class, the people who have money to spend, would never dream to spend it on Kenyans. No, they absolutely reject anything to do with Kenya. They promote everything that is foreign. If it's imported, they will boast about it. They will boast, look at my shirt. This is a Gucci shirt. Yet we have hundreds of local designers. But they will never ever promote them. They will never want to be associated with them. And so everything, struggles economically. Nothing thrives. Because the moneyed population will never want to spend their money with locals. You see? So if Naomi was a Kenyan, she would have been boasting the way the paintings were imported from Europe. Right? But here she is boasting that the paintings, the artwork on the walls, are actually local. And she gives a lot of praise to a picture that she has of a small African boy. And for her, that is like the most amazing thing. And it's in a very, very privileged position on her wall. And it's just the picture of a small African boy, not doing anything spectacular, just the picture of an African boy that she is praising as beautiful, as amazing. You would never ever hear a rich Kenyan praise anything African like that. So I watched this clip and I was very impressed by her. I was extremely impressed by the attitude that she has. She's very pro-African, very pan-African, and our elite would do well to learn from such a person. And I think if we had 1 million more Naomi Campbells in Kenya, I think we would do much, much better in terms of our cultural and economic output.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment below. Kenya's time has come. Our time has come. Your time has come. A time to succeed and not fail. A time to grow wealth and not poverty. Our time to go up and not down. It's time for you to stop walking and drive your car. Stop renting and buy yourself a house. It's your time to get blessed. Join the CCV movement and together let us kick poverty and unemployment out of Kenya. Become a member today. Donate what you can. And remember that the CCV is the only political organization in Kenya that is squarely built upon Christian values, unlike the rest. We'll see you next time. Thank you.